Hey guys, Jacob Phillips here. And now I was talking about this, for quite some time in my videos about gun walkthroughs. I mean, like the biography. And I actually want to start doing that. Yes, Gunslinger Inc. with Jack Stelly. We were supposed to do that together, but I just want to take my time and like talk about weapons that I personally really grow a liking towards. Um. Now, of course, there's like people that aren't exactly interested in this stuff, and I completely understand that. But hey, it's a hobby of mine, and I'm highly interested. And the light is not that good. It's probably gonna rain down here soon, so I might have to turn that light on in a few minutes or so. But um, anyway, I want to talk about the Uzi, not like the Minio Uzi or aka Mini Uzi or the Galella Uzi or the MSMC, which is the Indian variant Uzi, the original good old fashioned Uzi. Now, most of you people that understand that type of weapon is probably from Call of Duty, Battlefield, all those other first person shooter games. But the thing is, the Uzi was originally made in 1951. Yeah, it's a really old gun to be honest. It was developed by actually the Israeli Inc. I believe it was pronounced as the Zaganish Industry. And there's a guy named Colonel Uzi. Um, I forgot his first name, but he had the development of the Uzi because it was a nice and light infantry weapon. So they're basically for the armor divisions, their security to protect the tanks would have a nice, accurate weapon that was nice and compact. Um, Now the greatest thing about now the thing about the Uzi was when it was first being produced, it was made out of toilet parts. Yeah, because of they got the idea from the British with their Sting, Sting, their and it was that gun was developed in 1942. It was a short-armed, fired, low-caliber machine gun, submachine gun. Because they wanted to have a cheap but good weapon, and they made the Sting. The Israelites took the same exact idea, but they wanted to do is they want to put the clip in the handle, so what they can do is they can one hand it. Like I said, it was a nice compact, basically machine pistol to some machine gun. Um, let's see. And like the very big different fact about that is it's an interchangeable barrel and clip because of how it was made. The interior of the gun can be replaced with any type of spring, gas chamber, or revolving it. Give me a moment. Chamber. There we go. um, so it's not just the fact that it was a nice and light weapon. You could put anything from a 22 caliber, 9 millimeter, 45 ACP, 50 caliber express round, which is used in Desert Eagles, the Desert Eagle 50 caliber Falcon pistol, and yeah, it just in 35 ACP, which they don't make much of that anymore, but it could still use it because the interchangeable barrel and chamber. So you can make the thing a full-on contact machine gun, one-handed. I mean, of course, so it's gonna increase the kickback because if it larger the round, more the kick. Um, but still, that's very useful. Now, due to the fact that I was in Boy Scouts for quite a bit, my scoutmaster named Mr. Houghton, he was in the Air Force, and he was mandatory as a rescue serviceman. In the Air Force, the rescue serviceman is actually a special operation force that not many people know. That you have to be gladly accepted to be in the rescue forces for the United States Air Force, and they were basically equipped with any type of light infantry when they go fast and hard, and so people usually have to think of like the M4 carbine, the Galella 15, M16A3, um, or a lot of people like this gun, especially in the in Call of Duty series, Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2, the good old-fashioned MP7. The MP7 is a very special type of submachine gun because it takes a 5.7, which that is an armor-piercing round. Now, this is a different 5.7, not like from the pistol. It's a larger caliber. It was armor piercing automatically. Um, But the thing is, it overheated too much. So the special rescue air service couldn't use that, so they went with the Uzi. Now the thing is, the range on that was not so great, but due to the fact they sort of adopted the original Uzi, you could switch to the 50 caliber Express and you could probably shoot almost over a mile with that submachine gun. Um, so yeah, it's incredible weapon, and it's a rock solid. It's a killer. It is extremely good because um you can have everything from a 32 round clip to a 55 round clip. And it just depends on what type of round you're using. Um, Now, I mean, I got books about this, so I mean, I always read my field trips on my guns before. I like to put new parts in my guns and anything like that. I just enjoy weaponry in general. um, but yeah, it's that's the big that's what I really want to talk about, the Uzi. But like I said, there's also the Minio Uzi, which is a more short and compact. It's basically just like this, my hands apart, because that was how big the gun was. It's not very heavy. It only took a 9 millimeter, but it's just because of, like, so to say, Israel commandos. And if there is a big riot act or there a terrorist attack, what they usually did is they just basically had these type of ladders, and they disable the engine on the bus or whatever the vehicle the terrorists are holding hostages in, and they rush them. They just completely rush them, and they have the nitro compact weapon to fire automatically, because there's no select fire on the Minio Uzi. It's just rapid fire. It's a fully automatic machine gun or machine pistol, so to say. Um, but then there's also the Gala Uzi, which is the more heavier barrel. It's actually more towards the line of an assault rifle because it has a foldable and collapsible stock on the back of it. Then the barrel is just an increased size. It's probably the length of a M4 carbine or MP5 barrel. Um, but the thing, it's just a huge, and it has a banana clip for the back of it, and it takes a 45 round magazine because it fires 45 ACP. That's the only reason why it's not an assault rifle, because of the caliber of the gun. But yeah, all these guns, the whole entire series of the Uzi, they don't overheat, they can't jam, and you can put interchangeable rounds and sometimes end barrels for some type of weapons. The Mini Uzi, you can't put many. You can only put pistol barrels. So basically, 9 millimeters, just all around that. Makarov, Beretta M92, um, Beretta M9, Lugers, just anything from a 9 millimeter, and that's not really bad at all because those guns have increased in range, just not very well penetration. But the thing about the Mini Uzi is the rotating chamber within it is very powerful, but has barely any kick, so they up the penetration. That same thing with the Nova, the Galella, my bad, Galella Uzi, is that the penetration that can tear through concrete walls like nothing. And if they finally try to basically interchange the chamber with the type of I think it's called a nanotech. We call it gas guzzlers. We call them gas guzzlers because they just chew up the ammo. But what's I gonna say? It's a type of barrel that's supposed to increase penetration no matter what, because that thing can go through probably light infantry vehicles like nothing. Um, but if they basically interchange that, the the thing's gonna be a monster on the battlefield. It already is, but it's gonna be even more of a monster. But like I said, the Israelites developed this gun, and like they're going still towards modern day. They have the peep shot gun, which is basically a thermal optic scanning millimeter scanner, so to say. And it's folded like this, so they can basically aim through. They can just look at the little target finder, just shoot through the wall or over the wall. They also have the MTAR, the TAR 21. MTAR is a shorter barrel, and the TAR 21 is the extended barrel assault rifle, and those are basically M16 platform, but just bullpup version, and they're outstanding. But I was primarily talking about the Uzi, so I forgot off topic. But I guess I can just sort of basically change this to saying Israel weapons. But yeah, that's really the only weapons that they officially industrialized of their military. The Uzi, um, TARS, and they're still the one they used since the 70s. The Galil. The Galil is the punk rock kid. It's their model, the AK-47. It does have a lower caliber, as a 5.56, but you can actually use 7.62s or 5.54. The 5.54 is used by the original AK-47. And that's a really good gun. I mean, it's probably, if so to say, if I had the tendency to becoming a special operation forces, or basically like French Foreign Legion, because French Foreign Legion have the opportunity of using any type of weapon. I just got praise the French. Never. um, but if I was so to say in that type of, if I was in that, I would use a Galil, because just it's a beast. It's a sexy beast. um, but yeah, I would definitely go with that, because every Israel weapon is a good weapon. They are rich. They're the 10th strongest military power of the world, so you really can't deny them. Um, but yeah, that's mostly it. I cover mostly everything about the Uzi, who made it, the date it was made, and why it's still used today, and everything like that. It's even used by mostly armed forces of the United States. It's used by countries of mostly Southeast Asia and some Middle Eastern countries, especially Turkey and Saudi Arabia. They both really abuse that gun. India made the MSMC, which is the Uzi, but just their variant. It's basically the MP7 and Uzi combined into one. So therefore, it still overheats, but you can interchange the calibers. Um, also, I want to say Iran uses it. I know Iran has usually adopted that gun in 2000. Yeah, the year 2000, and they've been using that for the past 13 years, and they love that gun too. So yeah, it's just probably one of the most popular weapons of the world. I would rank it number three in popularity, because number one's always going to be AK-47, because you can field trip it, you can make it yourself. It only takes $15 to make if you get the proper parts. Yeah, $15 to make an AK, because it's an AK. I can take a hammer now. um, sorry, but yeah, it's the AK. I think the second is not the Galil. Um, I gotta think about that. I can't think of the second most popular weapon. I know the Uzi's the third though, and I know the AK is number one. I really like second. I want to say somewhere between like the M16A4. I really do. I think the M16A4 is an extremely popular weapon for many countries, because I know the Polish use it, Czechoslovakia, well, the Czech Republic and Slovakia, Romania, Italy, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, India, Iran, Iraq, police enforcement, police enforcement. I should know this. Um, Iraq. Yeah, a lot. Now that I think about it, a lot. Even Israelis still use it. They use the AR-15s, and that's basically an M16A4, but just with a different platform of the chamber. But yeah, it's. I think that's the second. I gotta look that up. You guys can look that up if you're really that interested. But yeah, this is my first gun guide, basically about the Israeli military and some other details. Most I was primarily to want to talk about the Uzi. So yeah, this is my number one. So I'm probably my second episode will probably be tomorrow, the day after. Um, and I'll probably the Victor. because the Victor is a submachine gun that I actually really enjoy. It's probably should be even used by all special forces of the United States because it's just a rock. It's a rock. It's amazing. But anyway, yep. This is I want to talk. This is the cover of the Uzi. Now every clip can be changed with a round, but the barrel is always solid and clean. And the little bite of the Uzi is a killer. It's poisonous. Oh, alright. Everybody, have a wonderful day. This is Jacob Phillips signing off. Hoorah to ashes. Alright, bye-bye.